In this video, I'm going to show you how I installed my double-din stereo into my 2006 8th Gen Honda Civic. Once we get this part out of the car, it's time to disassemble the pieces that we need to transfer from this to our other faceplate, okay? This is really pretty simple. I've not done it before, but it's just a bunch of screws, and that's really about it. We need to take out this passenger airbag light. We need to take off our hazard button. I need to shut this off because that's loud and annoying. Then we're going to take something. Basically, we need to take these two outer knobs off of our climate control. This is really super simple. Take them, pop, boom. Take that in there, pop it off. Not a big deal. At this point, we can flip it over and we can see what we're dealing with. So we've got a couple of screws here and here. This will take the vent out. We've got some screws here and here and here. That will take the hazard button out. This is the airbag light. And then we've got a few screws to take the climate control out. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. Alright, I've got those out. Now the only other thing that you could possibly need to do would be to take these little clips out and transfer them over to your other faceplate. Mine did not come with those, so I need to transfer those. So let me get to it. So I've already got my stereo into the new housing. Okay. Now, one thing that you might want to do is just double check before you order to make sure that you got the right color. I guessed, and that was the right color. So thank God I got the right color. I think most of them are going to be this weird gray color, but do your research. Make sure you're getting the right one. By the way, the stereo that I'm putting in here, I got this on sale at Walmart. Fun tip, always look on the Walmart app before you go in and purchase something, because I got this one for 20 bucks off. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. I think $179. I think this was $199 in the store. I looked on the app and it was for $179. So always, when you're going to make a big purchase at Walmart or any place really, check the app, make sure that you're not able to get a cheaper price for it. So this is what I'm getting. It's a Boss 340 watts. I'm sure they're not quality watts, but it is a BVCP 9700A. So that's what we got. So I guess I'll do a review on this later on. I don't know if this is good or not. We'll find out. But, I mean, it looks neat. So, anyways, what I'm going to do first is transfer all of my little clips before I lose them. So we've got these little metal clips. I lost one. It shot off, hit me in the head, and landed somewhere over in the dune buggy somewhere. I don't have a clue where that thing is. I'll find it someday, but ain't gonna be today. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer. All these little white clips are really fun too, because they all shot everywhere, but I was able to retrieve each and every one of those. What I used to get these things off is a little, one of these, just a little hook thing. Can't remember what the hell they're called right off hand. which always happens when I go to record something. So anyways, transfer those if you need to. I guess if you're gonna pay decent money for a kit. I only paid like 50 bucks for this kit. It came with the faceplate, came with all the wiring, you know, my wiring harness. If you want to know how to wire up a stereo, really pretty simple. You know, you're just gonna get the wiring harness that goes for your specific car. So if you need, you know, we're doing a 2006 Honda Civic, so this would be the wiring adapter for the Civic. This here is the wiring harness that comes out of the back of the radio. Okay, this is not going to be a full how-to, because I've already got videos up on that, and I'm actually going to be doing a custom stereo install on the Dune Buggy. So subscribe and you'll get to see all the cool shit that I'm going to do to that. But anyways, it's basically just color to color. You know, you got purple and black to purple and black, green and black to green and black, red to red, yellow to yellow, blah blah blah. There's plenty of videos on there. This one has a weird antenna system on it. So this is the antenna, and I've got that plugged in to 12 volt positive antenna output. Now the only other thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to hook up our remote output, which is actually going to turn on the amp. If you do not have the Premier sound system, so if you don't have an amp with a sub or whatever in your Civic, you will not have to do this. If you do have an amp built in, if you don't hook this wire up, and I will show you exactly where to hook that up, if you don't, you're not going to get any sound. Everything else will work, but you're not going to get any sound. Also, just so you know, I am not going to be putting a backup camera on here, and I am not going to, that's just too much hassle, to be honest. I can still turn my head around, so I'm not going to be doing that. I am going to hook up the microphone, and I guess I'm not going to be hooking up the steering wheel controller either. The price when I called around was like $100. I don't know if I was getting ripped off, but I can turn the knob for $100. So call me cheap, call me whatever you want. I could turn the knob. So there we have it. The only other thing down here on the bottom should be like 2 8mm bolts. When we go to reattach this, mine did not have those in there, so I'm assuming somebody had already taken the stereo out. So I didn't have those in there. I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to clip back into place. It is what it is. Okay, so here are my heater controls, and I am simply going to place them in here, and we'll start putting screws back in. Alright, I was afraid it was going to start getting dark, and it is. And I'm actually going to go to the up into Michigan tomorrow, a couple hours away up into Lansing, Michigan, for a dune buggy swap meet and show. So there will be some footage on there for that. But I want to show you, just hopefully you can see this. These are the 2 stereo plugs that come out of the stereo. Now, most every wire is going to be connected through here. However, this is for the amp, and we need to cut 1 wire, and it is this very first wire right here on the top of the plug. So here is that's what the plug looks like. This very top right wire, I'm going to have to peel this away, cut it, connect that blue wire that we were talking about to that, and then That's going to be that. That is the wire that turns on the amplifier. I hope. I guess we'll find out, huh? I hope that's the wire that turns on the amplifier. Also, just so you know, I'm sure you've watched other videos, but this is very easy to pull out. There's no screws other than the 2 screws that go right here that I don't have, because apparently they have already had this stereo out for some reason. I don't know if it was for the climate control. Don't know, don't care, but those screws are gone, so I'm not going to be reusing them. However, if you need to, those are 8mm bolts, or I have been told that they are also Phillips head. So there is a panel that fits up in here, and you just use a little pry tool or whatever, pry that down. That gives you access to the 2 screws. Otherwise, when you go to pull this out, it's not going to pull out. Okay, it's just not going to work. So you got to get those 2 screws out. Everything else just snaps into place. This just pulls out. You have to take this bottom piece off first. Okay, it just pulls out. All right, just snap it out. Don't be scared, just snap it out. Take this top piece off. You don't have to unhook it, just lay it on there, and then get those 2 bolts out, pull the whole unit out, unhook everything. These are for the hazards, for the airbag light, and this is for the heater controls. So, and then you've got 2 plugs up top for that. I don't know what the hell that plug's for. I don't know. Interesting. Don't know where that plug went. So, guess we just make believe we didn't see that. So, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and hook this up. I'm going to get that done because I'm not going to be able to show you because it's going to be dark and it's going to be dumb anyways. So, we'll go ahead, get everything set back in here, plugged in, because I'm running out of light, and see if this works. And if it doesn't, then we'll troubleshoot, and probably we'll have to do that tomorrow. Well, my GoPro died, but here we are. Everything is hooked back up. It's dark. I went ahead and snaked these USB cables down underneath here, because this is where I'm going to get my, you can either have your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. One of these is for that. One of these is for that, and the other one is to just a USB charger. So I went ahead and just snuck those down there. That way I've got them. I've not tried that out yet. Oh, the other little plug that I was wondering about, that's for the antenna. So definitely need to make sure that that gets plugged back in. But that'll be painfully obvious to you when you're hooking stuff up. But other than that, let's turn this on, and hopefully we don't have any kind of copyright stuff going on. Oh, I still got to put my trim pieces back on here, but everything still works. Turn that down because we don't want to get copyright. But let's go down to something that, of course, just find somebody talking, maybe. That would be great. Antenna works pretty well.
As for you, Mr. Odyssey Owl editor, everyone no doubt thinks the program will have something to do with writing or journalism.
And that was definitely the wire to tap into. So make sure that if you've got the premium sound system, that you tap into that wire and you'll be good to go. Just use your remote wire and tap into that one. You're good to go. So I'm very, very happy. This was actually a very easy install, to be honest. Not hard at all. The fit and finish is pretty damn good. I think, you know, if you're not paying any attention, you know, maybe in the daylight it's a little bit of a difference in the color, but not enough to bother anything. So pretty happy with it. Now I can have some decent sounding tunes. I've been using the Bluetooth FM modulator thing, and that just sounds like complete ass. So now I'll have some Android Auto that I can use with my phone, so we'll have to get that all set up, and maybe I'll do a review on the stereo once I've had it for a month or whatever. But thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll try to answer. And if you found this useful and you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe. Got a lot of dune buggy content coming up here, and some Honda Civic content coming up, and God only knows what else. So thank you very much. Have a good night.